Good evening, everybody. This is Steve with another exciting episode of What's New with the Lions of the Sacred Sons. We're going to be talking a little bit about point 8.2. The major update here is the Celestial Council, the beginnings. We're also going to talk a little bit about Emperor development and what's coming there, and of course the new UI and the new portrait system. So let's get started. As you can see, I've gone right ahead and started a new game. You can already see that a lot of the main UI has been updated. You can see that these are the modes. You now start right on the overview mode, as probably you should. These are your four primary modes. Everything's been kind of redone with an eye towards streamlining and what is most used. So it was determined during playtesting that these would probably be the four most important modes: overview, military, economic, and political. And of course you have demographic and intel. Over here you have your sub menus where everything used to be kind of up here in one hodgepodge. You have your military view, which is not active yet. You have intel, economic screen, your house's overview, and then you have your vizier screen, your main overview, your celestial council, science nexus, and your encyclopedia. Up here is your new Emperor info area. Shows the amount of challenges you have and your current power. When you click on it, it opens up the new Emperor screen. Far more to come here. We kind of obviously talked about this in the last game. There's going to be a lot more added by the next update. You'll have the skill tree. This will be filled with all sorts of goodness when it comes to self-development. Up here is your power and your AP and your assassination chance. Now we're going to be adding some tooltips shortly that shows you more information. We're going to be revamping the tooltip look as well. Over here is your summary of your most important elements, your current gross product, your energy stocks, and your basic stocks. And these are the most important things. You can click here and you can get an exact readout, but this tells you basically the most important that you need. Over here is basically your zoom wheel. You see right now we're in galaxy mode, but if I click into system mode, you see it clicks into there. It's mainly just kind of there to be kind of a cool effect, but it also kind of lets you know where you're at in the game. So as you can see, we're in the system view, and we've started revamping the UI. We're working on the system views now, and this is the overview system mode. As you can see, we now have new planet boxes, and we have a new system info box. It's quite a bit streamlined. There's not nearly as much information, but what's on there is most important. What we really are looking to streamline the experience as much as possible, and why we think we're well on our way towards doing that. So very exciting times. So as we continue to update, every update will continue to have more and more UI changes. So we've made the icons a little bit prettier, the little sharper. You can also start to see these are the new character portraits. So we'll go ahead and open up the Celestial Council just to kind of give you a sharper view of them. Now this is obviously still a work in progress, but the Celestial Council is pretty exciting. What this does is you have your primes here. You have your different primes, your 5 primes. This is you, of course, and then you have 3 open spots. Now when you start out, anywhere between 1 and 2 are already filled, which means you can fill between 1 and 2 of them yourself. You see you have an open spot here. You can offer anybody the role of a Celestial Council. Now obviously this will make their house very happy and them very happy and give them a lot of power. Of course you can also take someone off the council as well. Now there's nothing stopping you from stacking, putting all your people on the council and making everyone from the ruling house on the council, but it will make the other houses very, very, very unhappy. So you probably don't want to do that. So here basically is the primes. These are the actions. You can actually dissolve the council, but you have to have at least 50% or 51% more total power than the rest of the council combined. So you basically become a tyrant if that happens. Here we'll show any proposed bills. Now this is the other major update, is that your council can propose bills. Now there's just a few to start. We're going to be adding a lot more as we go. These are bills that are proposed primarily by the need of the House and also their beliefs. This is where cultures will start to come in. Each bill has a primary and secondary culture affiliation. For instance, worldliness, technophilia, you know, what do you call it? Unitary self. There's all the different ideas. So the closer that a character is aligned with a certain idea that lines up to a certain bill, and of course there has to be a need for it as well, they are more likely to propose it. And then of course they are more likely to vote based on how ideologically either aligned or opposed they are to that particular bill. And that information will be on there. You will be able to influence votes. Of course, you can even take someone off the council. We'll wait for a vote to kind of show you how that works, but for now, you can kind of see. I do want to show you, you see the new portraits are quite a bit more sharp than what we had. This is kind of a legacy picture that will be replaced soon as well. But you can see they're much sharper. Now, I'll click on someone just to kind of show you. Now, we haven't really updated this part yet, but we will have base faces, but they will have individualized hair, individualized tattoos, ornaments, clothes, hats, etc. So there will be some level of customization. So even if you see the same face, it won't look the same game to game. So that's going to really help the replay value, we feel. There will be over 150 unique base faces and approximately 100 additional accoutrements. So we hope that gives a lot. Now, the other exciting thing is that they are now culture-based. So if you can see here, a traditionalist, you see they look kind of, a traditionalist, they're very religious, they're very down to earth. You see they have kind of a, wearing kind of a robe, very fundamental. Whereas a technic, here is a mercantile, you see they've got their furred robes. Here's a technic. You see they've got kind of a facial, kind of a cyborgian faces. Here they have kind of an electronic skull cap. So you'll be able to quickly tell unique cultures, and that will start playing more and more of a role as we sort of roll into the later stages of the game development. So let's go ahead and kind of go through just to kind of get to the next turn, kind of show you. So we're going to just kind of, and again, when we do these, we're not actually playing. We're really just kind of getting to the next step. Now I'm showing kind of what I would do. Important thing is you want to set your power, set your science, prosperity, and we want planetary retail hubs. Those are always good. And harmony, system entertainment complexes are available. So we're just kind of very quickly showing what we would do. We're not actually playing the game at this point. We're just kind of showing, the new features. By the way, I do apologize for my voice. I've had kind of a cold over the last several days, so I sound a little raspy. Please do bear with me. Hopefully the video will be worth it. You can see we're making improvements every single update, and we're really about to get into some exciting things, including the military system. That's going to be a big part of the next major update, which will be coming in January. And then, of course, Outer Worlds, and then, of course, the continuation of the UI update and balancing and adding more content, primarily more stories, more events. We should have about 30 events by the time it's done. Should have about 20 stories. This is very exciting stuff. All right, so we have, you can kind of continue to see. Let's see if we've got any bills that have come yet. Okay, we don't have any bills yet. And those are offered every month, and they may not always be proposed. So let's show you how we can do some things. Let's go ahead and take this person off the council. Actually, no, let's take this person off the council. I just don't like the look at him. So what we do is we go to hostile actions, and we simply go remove from Celestial Council. Now they always will remove themselves. Basically just how upset they'll be about it. So basically this means that they'll go peacefully, which they will. All right. So now he is back to being courtier. So now when we reload, you see we now have 2 open spots. Yay. So who do we want to put on there? So let's take a look. By the way, this is actually your relative power. Basically, the higher the bar, the more influence that this particular person has. So when we get to showing votes, you'll obviously want to sway people that have higher percentages. All right, so let's take a look. It's always good. I don't really have any friends. Let's see. We're neutral. Let's see if she will accept an appointment. Okay, she will. And it's usually a high honor to be appointed to Celestial Council. This is an easy way to kind of give a boon to someone that you're trying to be friendlier with. So we're going to confirm the action. Yes, they accept. So we've put a house leader on there. So now, you can see they're pretty happy. They've added 30 to the reputation because they now have someone on the council. And of course, we've increased their power. And now when we go to the council, here they are. And you can see they have a lot of power, even higher than mine at 315. So, you want to think about who you put on the council. You just don't want to put people on there just to be on there because they have a lot of sway. The votes are not a yay or nay, best 5 out of 9. It's literally if someone has 300 power and someone else has 100 power, then the person with 300 power, their vote counts 3 times more. So it's really about influence. It's not like a Supreme Court kind of thing. So it just kind of gives you an extra thing to consider about letting people get too strong, especially ones that you may not be friends with. So, all right, so we're just going to go ahead and click again just to kind of get the system going. Again, we do not play these new updates just for the heck of it. I'm hoping to show a new event. One of the cool things is that we have events now that directly affect Emperor's skills, including spirit and intelligence. So hopefully one will pop up. In earlier builds, one would pop up every turn to kind of test them. Now that's no longer the case. They'll pop up about every 3 to 4 turns in general, not always a given. So we just kind of have a little bit more updates there. All right, so we're processing another turn. Really looking forward to releasing a new Let's Play this week. We feel the game is far enough along that we really want to get more people playing that have the game. So we're going to be doing an extensive Let's Play. All right, so let's see if we have a bill. Good, okay, we do have a bill. So this shows what type it is, which it's a economic bill. Increase empire production is the name of the bill. And right now we have 49% opposing it. These are the amount of turns that the bill has been in effect. So right now, this is the first turn. So as the turns go away, you'll see these drop. After 3 turns, end of 3 turns, the vote will happen, and then you will see the result here. So let's take a closer look. So as you can see, we have an almost even split. So right now, basically, we would set the minimum value on production to 50%. This will be kind of made prettier shortly. So right now, we can kind of look. So right now, we're fairly split. Now, I haven't voted yet, you'll notice, and I have a lot of power. And you can see Miss Sophia, who has a lot of power, is voted yay. Now, this percentage here says how likely they are to actually vote that way. In other words, it's kind of their conviction. So Sophia is probably not going to change. She is, yes, I'm not changing my vote for nothing. Whereas here, this person's nay, but they're very much on the fence. 7% means they are barely, they're on that vote. So they can probably be swayed pretty easily. So I'm going to go ahead and vote. Simply, and it costs 1 point to do that. So I'm going to vote. I don't want to set a base on empire production because, excuse me, while it is good to increase production, it also tends to piss off your engineers who have to be doing the production. So I'm going to go ahead and vote nay. Okay, so you see now I've changed to nay, and you now see the percentage has shifted over in real time. So when I get back out, now you can see the percentage is only 40%. So right now, everything being equal, the vote would not pass. So you kind of see that. So let me just do a few things. Okay, we're just going to kind of get rid of those. I don't want to lose power. So hopefully we will see a Emperor event. Again, these are kind of hard. But of course, the main part of this update really is about the Celestial Council, about the new bill system, about the portraits and how they change and their look, and of course the UI. So very exciting stuff. I mean, we are so excited to see the progress of Alliance of the Sacred Sons, and it's very exciting for me to actually record these videos because it's just really cool to see the changes. So I want to show you what happens when a bill, and see if there's been any changes, and kind of show you what you can do. Now, right now, you cannot yet pressure a vote. You will do that in the next update. We're still working on the UI to do that because it will actually come from there. But let's see. Okay, so now you see one turn has passed. Now we're at 40% nay. Now you see I've already voted. Now, of course, I can change my vote at any time. It would cost me another action point, but Really don't have any reason to do that. Now, there's a few things that I can do. If I really don't want to see this pass, I could kick this person off just for fun. Let's see what happens when I do it. Remember, these are my 3 at large. So let's go ahead and kick her out and see what happens. So we'll go hostile actions, remove from Celestial Council. Oh, and by the way, just to show you the result of that. So right now, Ijor is at a plus 46, so they're pretty happy with me. So let's see what happens when we let this person off the council. Aha, you kicked me to the curb. So she's gone, and she's pretty unhappy about it. So now, when we go back into it, now she's gone, and we're at 31% nay. So right now, all her basically vote is gone. So we are pretty strong. And when it says 31%, that means only 31% are in favor. So if it's anything over 50%, then it's towards the yay side. If it's under 50%, then it's towards the nay side. So if that's a little confusing, we're kind of working on a way to kind of make that more clear. But right now it's strongly nay because we kicked her off. So, of course, by doing that, now they're very unhappy with us. And she is not going to be very happy with us. But it's one way of going about things. Maybe not the best way. Oh, look, we have a breakthrough. So we have trade efficiencies. Yes. Do I want trade efficiencies? Yes, sure, why not? That doesn't seem too bad, so we'll let that go. All right, so we'll go ahead and I'm going to push it 2 more turns. I want to show you what happens when a vote happens and show you the results, and then we'll kind of end it here. It's, again, just showing bits and pieces at a time. But hopefully you kind of get a sense of the system and where it's going. And we'll have a little bit more to show with it on the next update, which will be very exciting. So, I look forward to doing the Let's Play because now there's enough systems in place where there's really a lot to consider. We haven't even talked about intel or plots or barely dipped into the science system. Or we haven't even looked at planets or trade or any of that. So, kind of cool. Oh, well, here's a story. We'll go ahead and just do intel just for fun. All right, we'll go ahead and see we've got 1 turn left, still 31%. Now I could add someone to the council and they can vote. They don't vote until the end of the turn. But since I really don't know how they'd vote, that may not be something I want to do if I don't want this to pass. So I'm going to kind of let that go. And we'll go ahead and process. And this should be the last turn, and then we should get a vote result, and then we'll be able to either not have that happen or have it happen. So after that, we'll go ahead and end this here, and with further updates to come. So 1 last turn. Oh no, somebody died. Oh, that's sad. By the way, as part of the update, all those event icons are going to go away. They're going to be replaced probably actually in the next major update in January with brand new sparkling event icons that are unified. They look really cool, and they're also going to be on this side over here. You'll be able to see all the actionable ones like your comms and your assassination events, things like that. And then you'll down here you'll see a listing of events as part of kind of an end turn. All right, so you see now we've added. This is kind of cool. 10 spirit you. So this adds spirit to you in this story. We've also done this with events. So we've ended it. The governor has basically found what's going on. So I'm happy with him. So I've added a little spirit. So as you can see, I'm content. So that's kind of helped a little bit. All right. So the bill passed. Your Majesty, the increase has passed with 0 of the vote against. So obviously there's a little bug there on the reporting, but so as you can see, that is not entirely surprising because there were some votes that were nay that were really on the fence. So we're going to kind of be punching up the UI for that to kind of help push people towards a more positive vote or a higher chance of voting. Because just as in real life, some of the people that are on the fence, you don't really know how they'll vote until the end. So you want to get them in kind of a more a stronger setting. So, all right, and with that, that's pretty much all I got. So thank you very much for watching, and